Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be doing a story time video. This was supposed to be the third one I did, but I'm going to upload it first before any of them because I still haven't uploaded that videos. I just recently changed my Google password today so that I could upload on this phone. But yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, maybe the like, and probably the notification button because that lets you know whenever I upload a video. And sometimes I can't upload the video, so I've been doing less video gaming vlogs and more. Did I just say video gaming vlogs? I meant less video gaming videos. I have a lot of them in my folder, so as soon as my Google lets me upload more, I will do this. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the actual video. And so I was gone for a few days since Monday, and today is Friday, but I got back yesterday at 9 p.m. Because we left at 4. But here's where I went camping. I went camping in Zion's, and so it was a pretty cool place. It had a hot climate during the day and a cold climate during the night. It was mostly not cloudy in the area. The Earth is having a little bit of an air problem, but I think we've had better air for the past few weeks. Like, it's not all everyday red air. It's like the cloudy days wasn't even a red air day. It just hadn't rained for a while at that part, except for on Friday before that, Utah, we get a lot of rain. But I went camping in Zion's in Utah, and so yeah, and my mom was gonna take us camping from this camping.net website, and we were going for BLM camping spots, and so I forgot what the heck that stands for, but we were going and we landed in the wrong property. We actually landed in somebody's property. They're all J's, but like we were camping by a river, and this was after we had camp all set up. I was walking around barefoot, and then I think I got like stung by a baby wasp, and I also had stepped on a fire ant hill. So while I was screaming out in pain, I was also getting bit by fire ants, and I also stepped on a few thorns. It was really painful, and this was this foot. I got it, my right foot. I got a muscle ache after, and it's still even aching today. It's been near a week, but not a big ache today. Just looks like my muscle is pulled over here. And so I was exaggerating at first. There are scorpions in the area, and I was barefoot, and so I had never felt so much pain in my life. And there's blood coming out of my foot. I mean, never so much pain on my foot in my life. And so there was blood coming out of my foot, and so I was like, and it was exactly where it hurt. It was the sides of a scorpion stinger. So I was like, I think I got stung by a scorpion. Hi, kitty cat. Say hi to the video. Yeah, that was hard. But I was like, I got stung by a scorpion. And then that led the people who were at the property to us, because we didn't even know we landed in their property. And so we found out it was actually a horse trail. And so then there are these dogs coming, and so they always had their dogs loose, and so they're coming, and they're like, that wasn't the person who owned the property. I just remembered, but she was walking, and she was like, "This is a horse trail thingy." I remember because I hardly heard any of it, and then so then we were making a lot of noise, and then this cowboy, one of the people who's brother of who owned the property, was like, "Hey, this is our property. Blah blah blah. How long are you planning to stay here?" And we're like, "Just till like Thursday or something." And then so my dog kept staring at the horses, and she kept barking at the dogs, or she barked at the dog when they were barking at her. No, she didn't bark. She was like growling at the dogs. And so the guy was like, "If your dog comes wandering towards us, we're firing a lot of guns, so we'll shoot it, and if you love her, just keep her out of the thing." And so, like, keep her away. And then so later, we found a knife that was just in the ground. Like, no one even asked where it was. I think maybe we even asked one of the guys, and they said it wasn't theirs, and they said they don't know whose it is. But yeah, I think we were driving by them, and we were like that. So I just found this knife. We found this knife, and I was like, I've only ever had a bad pocket knife. It was tiny white ones, not to be racist, because I wasn't racist, so I was right. And so I've only had those small white ones. But so we're just like, we'll keep this. And so we were all fighting over the knife, who wanted it, because there was a knife that I had option for to use as a family knife. It was just a standard pocket knife, like I was talking about, one that had, do I have a dimple? And so then, yeah, we went to sleep that night telling ghost stories. More, not like ghost stories. I was the one with the best stories, but my sister made a weird story. So she was like, there was a car crash, everybody died except for blah 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 blah, and then Sabin was dead, my mom was dead, Seth was dead, only Simon and Sam survived, and so they were a little injured, and they were like, but Simon needed to use the bathroom, and so he went in Sabin's mouth for disposal, and I was just like, dude, that's gross. But I was also laughing, and so then we went to sleep that night. It was pretty dang cold. I was like, then I woke up in the morning with all the blankets off me. I'm like, God! And like my siblings are just taking the blankets from me, and I'm like, I need some blanket. And I just stole my sister's blanket, and I was like, you have my blanket. And I was like, it's cold. That's freak. And then so And so we played in the river also. And so and then the next day we were just driving around and we found some BLM land and we were still by the river, and so we're like, and so we found these guys and we found these guys. They're packing up and we're like, hey, are you leaving? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, did you enjoy this camping spots? And they're like, yeah, it was pretty good. And so we decided to stay there after they had left. And then we set the hammock up. We hooked it up to our van, and there was and the other side was going to a tree. We also had I slept in it that night, but there's this guy who's owning a porta potty, renting it, but he's like, it costs me approximately $250 per month to rent, maintain, and clean this outhouse. And so like, per every person I ask you that you pay $1 per each person per each day, or yeah. And so like, and then the next day we went, oh wait, it was that day that we also went, wait, or was it the next day? I think it was the next day, but we also played in the river, and so you should go look at that story. I'm not gonna bring it up again because it's gonna add 10 more minutes to the video, and so yeah, that was my thing. I'm just gonna get a really quick sum, or a really short part of the story. Sister put her fairy on my head. I dumped it out and I threw it into the water because I didn't know who he was, and I was skipping stones, and so without even looking, I was like, and I didn't know she had even did that. It really felt like a rock. And so I was just like, and then we went down the river and blah, 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 blah. Go watch that video. But that was that day, and we went to this place where it was like really high up, not on drugs, but it was like a cloudy day, and there was like a lot of snow up there, and that place's climate was a very cold climate at night, a very hot climate during the day, and so like, then the next day after that, we went to Zion's National Park. I climbed some really cool places, and so I was just like, and there's these really cool mountains. They're like, but you're not just going straight up the mountain. It was like it was like a sort of flat mountain, and then it like raised up a little bit. It wasn't like a plateau. Well, all mountains are like a plateau, but not in that way. Like, yeah. But it was like, then it went like straight up. But no, that was just an exaggeration. It went like this, then this, then this, then this. Then there was no place there. It was just like this straight up. And so there were these lots of rocks, like, and it was a very slippery mountain. It was a very slidey mountain. That's the word I'm looking for. And so basically you just run up it, maybe crawl at some places, and there are these like little islands on the mountain. They're like, so like, I was going above them because it was a very slippery mountain, and if I slid back down, I'd just go in there. And then there were these, and since the thing was used for maybe I think the Navajos, there's some statues, and yeah, it was like if I climbed the whole mountain, it would only taken about 2.5 to 3 minutes. Longer than this video, obviously, or I mean shorter than this video, obviously, because this video is already 15 minutes. But then we went back home, or back to the campsite, and then the very next day, there was also this really nice guy there, and so we also went to a little museum for the national park. My sister went and did the junior ranger thing. I don't like doing the junior ranger thing though. It was also my little brother who did. And so, yeah, and then we went back to the campsite. We slept there, and then we packed up at like noon, and then we were leaving, and then we went. That reminds me of something. So we went to these red hills, and yeah, and we also went to the gift shop. We didn't buy anything the first time, but the red hills, they're like really cool. And I found some cactus up there. That was when we left, and so also we did not get to go to neither the Great White Throne, Angel's Landing, or the whatever trail that I forgot what it was called. But then we went to the gift shop after. Wait, no, I wasn't finished about the red hills. I was going up the red hills, and I got this cut that doesn't feel pleasant. It's a lot worse than it looks. Trust me, guys, I never lied to you. There's some right here. I don't know if you can see it. Then there's some right here. I didn't even notice this, but it hurts a lot more than it looks like because I cut it on very sharp rock. So I was climbing up a very rocky mountain, a small hill, and there were lots of rocks, so I was slipping. So the rocks were slipping and sliding. So I climbed up, and I was like, hey, there's cactus up there. And before I climbed up, I asked my mom to hand me the knife, and she threw it up. And then, it was like it ended at this spot, and then it hit a bush and went flinging right onto the thing. And I was just like, wow, you barely made it, because she barely made it. And she was like, no, I was intending for it to hit that. And I was like, really? You serious? And I was like, still emoji. And so then I went up the rest of the mountain, the hill, and I found some cactus. I'm going to grow some of it, and since it was BLM land, we weren't in a national park either, so we were allowed to grab some cactus. And so I was like, meet your demise, cactus. And I was like, and then the cactus was like, no, meet your demise. And so, and I've said this because as I was cutting off one of the cactus seeds, the cactus seed just went, and I couldn't do anything with that cactus seed, so I tried once more. I cut that one directly off at the bottom. I was like, woo, great. But there are a lot of tiny quills in that one. It wasn't like the one with the tiny orange quills. Those quills weren't tiny in the one with the white quills. And so, but it was very, 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 very weird, because as I grabbed the seed, it looked like a completely harmless seed. It's a completely harmless seed, because it didn't look like it had any needles on it. But when I grabbed it, there were needles all over the side, and I was like, whoa, bruh, this hurts to hold it. So I put it in my pocket, which was even a worse idea, but except for it didn't hurt me in any ways. And so I was like, if in case this seed does something weird, I cut off another seed, or I was trying to cut off another seed, but that seed was like so attached to the cactus that the cactus just flung off and hit my leg. I was like, ow, 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 but it was only like 5 needles, and I was like, oh, it wasn't the worst it could be. And so, but those needles were pretty dang thick. They wouldn't come out, so they were really hard to pull out. And so when I was sliding back down the mountain or the hill, there was just rock that just stayed in its place no matter what. And so that was after I was holding the cactus. I was just holding it like this. And so that was after I was sliding down. Like I was just sliding down. And then there was this. And it doesn't look like a bad cut, but it was actually pretty deep when I first got it. And I was like, ow. Well, cactus first, cuts later. But I was like, hey, Mom. I didn't even tell her what happened. I was just like, just get a Band-Aid and ointment ready for me. And I thought that maybe she would get, because of I stabbed myself with the cactus, or I got stabbed by the cactus, and she watched it happen. So I was like, hey, Mom, and so she was like, okay. And when I got down, I was like, I need some water, and she was like, okay. And I was like, and I dumped it on there, and then she was like, go get the bandana, because apparently she saw me cut this leg. She's like, Sabin, get the bandana. And so she put it on my cut that had water on it, and I was like, that's cold, that's cold, that's cold. And so that was the end of that thing. And so then we went to the gift shop. It was pretty dang cool. And so I was happy that we went to the gift shop because we all got something from the gift shop. But this wasn't my knife yet at the gift shop, so... Oh, wait. I mean, I didn't buy it from the gift shop because we didn't get this knife. This knife wasn't even at the gift shop. And so, wink. And so, my sister, it was near her birthday, so she just asked for an early present. She was like, please buy me this knife. And so, we got it, and then my brother was like, we went to the gift shop the time that we went to the gift shop before, he was like, he gave up on the knife, and I was like, because I'm probably gonna get a knife in the gift shop. That's what he said. He said that he's probably gonna get one from the gift shop, and then so we bought that, and my mom, and she found some cool knives. They're like double knives, and they look really cool, but they're not pocket knives. They're like more like machetes sized. And so they're like sort of dual wielding. I was like, whoa. And so I asked her to buy ammonite because there was one there. I have it in my pocket. And so she was like, maybe, Seth. And so this was the ammonite. And I haven't even opened the bag yet because it didn't even... So no, I'm just going to cut it open with the knife right now. Maybe I'm just going to try to pry it open. I'm just going to put a little hole in it. Wait, no. But she's like, maybe, Seth. And there's a petting zoo there. There's some alpaca There's a baby deer, there were some ponies, and there was this donkey thing that kept making so much noise when I wanted food. It was like, and I just found how to open this. And so when we got home, basically, my mom was like, "Hey, Seth," and I was like, "What?" And then she tossed me the bag with the ammonite in it, and it was pretty dang cool. They only costed $3.50, and so they're still there. And yeah, these are about 110 years old. They were found there, and so that was what we got there. And then we went to a Geodes at the gift shop, and we found some gears. I don't know where the heck they are, but I'll do another video of what we got there. We got some headphones on the way there. Maybe they're good with recording. I have no idea, so yeah. Anyways, it took us 5 hours to get there and 5 hours to get back. That's what I was going to say. Anyways, that's all I'm going to do for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to hit that like button again. Smash that like button again. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the unsubscribe button, and then hit the subscribe button again so that you get the extra feeling of it, of subscribing twice, because the feeling of clicking a subscribe button is just so good. And then when you click the unsubscribe, you get to click the subscribe again. So and it's so cool. So just do that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, turn on notifications also. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!